we a minute early this time. Because I know I fly through these things, so I want to give everybody a chance. You know what I mean? Get up in here. Stay hydrated, everybody. But, so, whatever. I guess we back, you know what I'm saying? So, here we go. And we're going to start with how I made the beat for Faithful. And then we'll get into whatever comments or whatever you guys want to. You got any, I said comments, questions, whatever you guys want to do. After that, like I said, I'll be flying through these. I'm lit. I got the, yeah, all right. So, I started this one. With a sample. It was interesting, actually. Let me get these on for you guys. So, yeah, started this one with a sample. You know what I mean? And it was this right here. Anyway, yeah. So whatever. It's that times 2. I mean, it's not the same. It goes further. It's got its own little 4 bars that's a little bit different after that I just showed you, but whatever. So the interesting thing here is I just like a side note is, well, I'll save that to the end. Anyway, in terms of structuring it, I started with, of course, like always, the snare. First you shape the sample. I didn't really have to shape this one. It was already right kind of like in the pocket. So I added a snare. I found a good snare. I had to shape it a little bit. Cut some stuff off the top because everybody has these bright, crispy, punch your eardrum fucking snares nowadays. I mean, it was just like, again, metronome shit. Yeah, that's it. And then I went into hi-hats, and what I did with these hi-hats, like I always say, the hi-hats drive, right? So, and since I usually have such simple beats, you always try to figure out how are you supposed to be doing, how do you arrange, these things? How do you get creative with arranging it? And so what I did this time around is because I knew I wanted to have I wanted to switch from heavily melodic and very slow to very upbeat and fast and, quick tempoed kind of deal for this one, especially in the verses and stuff. There's a lot of switching up that goes on, and even from transitioning from verse to hook and vice versa. So I started with, instead of just having the regular stuff, I had like a slow hi-hat, 4 bars of that, whatever. And then after every 4 bars that I have that on, the second 4 bars, I just automatically, every single time, I brought up double time. So it just kind of gives you more options, and it makes it a little bit easier for you to arrange without, having to do too much, but also not being too boring if you don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this out of the way. So kick, I actually did something interesting because with the kick, regardless on how I shaped, how I arranged the hi-hats, I also did the same thing. They're not 2 separate things. They're not 2 separate, like for the hi-hats, I had like one with a quarter notes or 8th notes, and then one where it's like double time. On this one, I had all the same thing. It's all in one MIDI region where it doesn't matter what everything else is. If the kick's there, like it plays this way. So the first half, I have it real slow, keep it in the pocket and stuff. And then in the second half, no matter what, it came in with the way, like a little bit faster. It's pretty much double time, you know what I mean? Again, it just helped arrange it. It was like already built in, you know what I mean? So I had to do less. I could focus more on making the song. And the 808 is pretty simple. I just had I just went with the sample and kind of like cut. And this is for some of you guys who are just getting into 808s, or if you just want to try something else, you can load up your sample and cut all the way down, like just do a low pass where you're cutting all the high frequencies down to like 400 or 600 or something like that, and only listen to the bass. And you can kind of key them in by ear. That's what I actually did for this one. And I just, if anybody has any questions now that I'm done showing you guys how I made Faithful, or comments or anything like that, feel free to drop them, and I will reply, respond, whatever. It doesn't have to be like questions. It could be literally anything. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Get this stuff turned off. And interestingly enough as well, in terms of like songwriting, I find that, I mean, I don't believe in writer's block. I believe that you block yourself. And so if there's ever a day where I feel blocked, which usually is, and that doesn't happen, I write a song every week, you know, but I'm starting to realize that I feel more and more comfortable the more I just like, I don't try to embellish, you know, and you actually end up writing pretty well that way. Yeah. And you end up being blocked a lot less because you're not trying to stay in the pocket of this world that you created with these words, you know what I mean? Like a book, you wrote a book and now you're like trying to fill in have the conclusion, but everything has to make sense. You know what I mean? If you don't write fiction, it's a lot easier because it's just whatever it is that's for real in your experience, you know what I mean, to finish off the song. And yeah, so if anybody has any like songwriter's block or whatever issues, hopefully that helps. Anyway, that looks like it's it. Everybody's out of here, so I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys. Faithful music video. A lot of people are messaging me saying that the song was great, so I'm glad you guys liked it. I put a lot into it. It was sad. It was a sad period of my life, but at least I can turn it into something positive for you guys. So anyway, appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to see you guys next week. Another drop on Tuesday, baby. Let's go.